What's up, YouTube? It's Beardless Ferguson here. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. Welcome back to Central North Carolina for yet another lawn care video. Subscribe if you're not. To all the new subscribers, thank you so much for joining the channel. I am not a professional. I've never worked in lawn care. I'm just a DIYer. And today I'll show you why I'm a DIYer. We're actually going to talk about a video we did not too long ago. You guys remember, I came up here, I did some digging, and I said, we keep losing our grass right here along the bank. You know, when it gets warm outside here in North Carolina, we have high humidity, high temperatures. I'm very curious now. I want to dig and find out what exactly is right here by the road. So we did a video digging this area out, and we saw there was lots of dirt with rocks in it. I mean, it was probably 50-50 between rocks and dirt. You couldn't dig without hitting a rock. Very stony soil here. And so we showed this is why, you know, seed, it's hard to establish, it's hard to grow grass and keep it here because of the stony soil here. But what we did coming back is I had a bunch of topsoil. I just recently went to Lowe's and we bought some soil and topsoil and peat moss to be able to fill in for areas for when we seed. And I thought, you know what, I'll just go ahead and fill this in with topsoil and fill the hole up, and then we'll just plant seed, and it's good nutrition and dirt and all that, and it'll be fine. And so we said, you know what, let's do that and throw some seed on top of it. And that's what we did. We threw some solar green right here. Well, you notice there's nothing there. It is not grown. We had some baby grass pop up, and I was like, you know what, I think somebody even mentioned in the comments, whoever you are, you're right. I wanted to see if I just put topsoil, good, fresh, clean topsoil in this hole, would grass grow? And clearly it will not. So today, Mr. Ferguson has to fix his mistake, and I've got to dig up this hole right here. We've got seed on top, so I want to take the top layer and put it in a bucket. And I want to keep this top layer because it's got peat moss on it, and it's also got some of the triple threat. And so what we want to do is take the top layer off. I'm going to put it in a 5-gallon bucket. Then we're going to take the rest of the topsoil out, and I'm just going to disperse that throughout the lawn over here. Just throw it out. We're going to go all the way down to the rocky bottom of the hole. And then what I'm going to do is go back in the woods, and I'm just going to find a spot, get some clean dirt out of there. There could be weed seeds in it. There could be something, but I need to fill this up with natural dirt. We'll fill it up with natural dirt and then take that 5-gallon bucket of this topsoil and fill it back on top. And just before we go and get everything, try to keep my shadow out, but you can see it is pretty level compared to everything else over here. It's pretty level. We've got a mix of peat moss on top here, and everything down, you know, a good probably 12 to 14 inches is just topsoil right here. So we want to be careful. We also, this grass over here, we transplanted, I believe, once we start digging, this guy right here and this guy right here. Some of this is just loose grass. We'll have to set to the side, put fresh dirt in, and put some of this topsoil back on top. So I want to keep the top half of this layer, but not all of it. And then we'll put this back on top as intended, but we need to put some good natural dirt in here. We need to do this now also because we're seeding, obviously. All of this is going to begin to develop. We got new grass growing all around over here, but we're going to have this spot where it don't, because I've already seen earlier when we planted the seed, it's not come up. So we need to fix it now. So that's why we're doing this video today. So let's just quit blabbing and let's get the work done. All right, we got our bucket, we got our shovel. So the ideal here, number one, I'm gonna put all of the topsoil, the peat moss right here, just this top layer that's got some seed in it. We're gonna put that in the bucket so that we can reuse that after we put some natural dirt in here. So the ideal while I'm filming is to take off a little bit of this top layer, put it in the bucket, set that to the side. Then I'm gonna move the wheelbarrow over here and dig out the rest of the topsoil. We'll put it in the wheelbarrow for now, and then I'll just take it and kind of spread it all over the lawn. All right, so I'll put the lapel mic on. I don't know if we'll use this audio or not, but if you're hearing it, I decided to. So number one, we don't want to get hit by a car. It is daytime though, so we should be okay. So let's try to scrape off some of this top layer here. It's got our seed, it's got our topsoil. Some of this is still moist, but we want to reuse that. And so as I talk, what I'll say is I shouldn't even have to do this, but I thought, you know what, I think this is better than the dirt that I've taken out of the ground, but not so. This seed we planted this seed, man, it's been 2.5 weeks or so. And so with no germination happening, it's like, wow, we really need to get good dirt underneath here. And because if we don't, we're going to have a bald spot here. And then on camera, it'll be like, Mr. Ferguson, what's going on in that one spot? You got grass looking great everywhere. And so we need to go ahead and handle it. And so we just need to do what we got to do, you know. And so I tell you guys all the time, you know, Mr. Ferguson is 100% not perfect. Makes tons of mistakes. And so this is one of them. I thought this would be totally fine. Let's see if we can get Mr. Fescue out. There we go. We want to replant him in there. So I'm going to set him over here to the side. And hopefully him and this guy are the two. He's kind of firm in there. So let's go down a little bit more. Here we go. Save some of this. And it looks like underneath there is a little bit of germination with some of this. But once it's hitting just topsoil, it's not getting the nutrients it needs. So let's step back over here. And this guy, so there we go. We'll set him to the side because all of the baby grass that has popped up has been near those two clumps of grass. So I think we're good here. As far as saving some of this topsoil to reproduce. And again, I'm going to reseed this. I'm not going to count on some of this seed. You know, I don't know where the seed is and where the seed is not. So that's impossible to try to find out. So I'm not going to plan on just using that. We're going to have to reseed this and basically start over because I'm going to have to dig all this up now and put in fresh dirt. So it's dark, it looks great, but it's not real dirt, it's topsoil. So I'm going to put this now in the wheelbarrow. We've saved and scraped off the top portions here, which is basically I filled up this 5-gallon bucket. So and clearly the top part, the seed, is all at the bottom because we did that first. So we're going to set this to the side by the mailbox over here, and we're going to move our Miss Ferguson may be coming home soon. Let's throw the rake over here. Hey, I've lived here since 2008. I'm putting my wheelbarrow on the road. Who cares? Either I'll get killed and you guys will be my witness, or they'll get out of my way. So let's dig, and it shouldn't be difficult because it's topsoil. So this should be easy. I think the hard part is going to be getting the dirt, getting enough dirt, and having enough to fill in this because this is a huge hole. All right, so that only took like 5 minutes or so. It wasn't very easy because we just put it in a couple weeks back. So we've almost filled up it. That's about how much dirt I dumped in the woods when it was all full of rock. So that's about right. Here's our hole. In case you missed the other video, you can see how dark. I know the sun is casting the shadow, but you can just see where we're starting to hit the natural dirt down here. It's a little bit lighter in color. The dark is clearly the topsoil. So that's how deep we got to go. So we do have to pull somewhere around this much natural dirt back there along the wood line. That's the part I think is going to be annoying. But I need to put natural dirt in here and fill it up at least 3/4 of the way. But let's dump this. Let's broadcast this throughout the yard somewhere, maybe over here by the pepper plant and stuff. And so let's do that, and then we'll head to the woods. wasn't as bad as I thought. But I want to address a couple things. Number one, if you are my neighbor, either to my left or my right, or maybe across the street, and you're watching this video, it is 2022. We are living in a day of a lot of evil. No, I am not burying an animal or a body in my backyard. I hope you see this video so you know exactly what we are doing, digging in my backyard in the middle of the day. We're not burying anything. We're getting dirt. Number two, and more importantly to my lawn care people that are still with me watching this video, you may say to yourself, man, I would have dug this way, I would have dug that way. And to you, I say, come on over, grab you a shovel. No quarterback shoveling out there. I'm just kidding. Is this ideal for everybody? No. Some people have already told me, Mr. Ferguson, I wish I had a wood line so I could make it look pretty in the contrast between grass and woods. And so I'm privileged to be able to do this, number one, to pull dirt and put it in this spot for free. So is this ideal? To me, in my mindset, no, because we've talked about, remember the video, I always will remember this and go back to this. When Pete was doing his irrigation, he cut out ditches in the yard. He laid his pipe, and then later on that winter, guess what? Poa annua formed where? Everywhere he dug that ditch, Poa annua sprouted because he opened up the earth. Now, do I care about that over here? No. But is there Poa seed in this? There's probably tons of rocks, tons of weed seed. There's sticks and gumballs. Is it ideal? No, it is not. But this is natural dirt from my backyard that we're going to be able to transplant up in this hole. And to me, I would rather have less rocks and more gumballs where roots can get around a gumball, maybe here or there, or a root or old roots. And maybe we'll have to deal with some weeds right there, but we've dealt with weeds there every year. So there shouldn't be no major difference. So with that said, I wanted to put more in here than less. If anything, I didn't want to have to come back and do this again. So I feel like I have enough to fill in the hole. And obviously, you know, we just loosened compaction in our yard with an aerator. I want to compact this down because I think, you know, and somebody can probably tell me because they've looked this up before, compacting it is not making it so tight roots can't get into it. But we do want to, you know, there's air pockets in the dirt and we need to flatten it down so there's not no big dip in it later on, which there may be, and that's fine. We can come back with another bag of topsoil to be able to lay it on top to even it out. But hopefully we have enough dirt to get us close, and then when we finally feel like it's level, then I want to put the topsoil on top because it'll likely sink. So I'm aware of that. That's the goal. Whether it goes according to plan, we'll find out. Note to self, dirt is heavy. Just want to let you know, man, is it heavy. Whew. All right, we're going to park this here in hopes nobody hits us. And let's fill it in, and hopefully we've got enough. So guys, that's what we're talking about. Man, it looks so much better. I think this is going to be the ticket. Sorry, I can't hardly see my phone because of the, let me zoom back out, sorry. But there you go. As I mentioned, I wanted to get it level, and I've walked across it and retransplanted my grass. So we've got natural dirt back in this area, and we're level. So now when we add our bucket of our topsoil and our mix of seed and peat moss here, we'll reseed it a little bit too and rake that over top, but we should be above ground. So if it does sink down and dip, we expect that. It's not going to catch us off guard. So I think we're okay. I could probably add a little more dirt, but I'm not going to do it now. We'll let the peat moss and stuff go on top, and I don't know how much exactly I have. So mission complete as far as getting dirt, applying dirt. We're back to level. Now let's finish it off with the bucket of dirt with the seed, peat moss, and topsoil here, and let's throw that and rake that and make it look pretty, and then apply a little bit of seed. So guys, mission accomplished. You can see we've watered it, we've seeded it, we've raked it out a little bit to even it out, so that will compact down just a little bit over time. I don't have any peat moss, or I would be putting peat moss on it. Another good idea if you do something like this would be what Pete Denny did at GCI Turf, if you've seen his channel, is put one of those seed mats, obviously not a big one, but put something to stop it, because as water, you know, I'm on there's an incline going out of my driveway, so water runs back this way, and as it does, it's going to hit that and maybe bounce off. That's the idea. So some of this topsoil and seed could wash away. We hope that don't happen. It is hurricane season. I've seen it happen before with just tropical storms or depressions, but at least we have a better chance now. Now it will be interesting to see if this section will actually germinate, develop, and actually grow seed. Because like I said, it's been 2.5 weeks, nothing was happening. Now I feel like we've done it justice. And so I will eventually sprinkle a little urea on it. But I mean, obviously the seed has to germinate before it can uptake the nutrients there. So we'll sprinkle some on there eventually. But we're mainly wanting now to get this to germinate before a major storm, major rain. And so we'll see. Check back in, tune in, subscribe, and let's see how this turns out. I've got a job to clean up now. Got to put the bucket up, the seed, and our little, you know, I still got a little bit of dirt left I need to dispose of. I got to turn the water off, and I've even got another spot where I think I burned with some urea, and I've got to fix that. So while I finish my daily chores, thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure and subscribe. Join the channel if you want to help out. In that way, it's greatly appreciated. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it was entertaining. Happy Monday to you. God bless. We'll see you next time.